Gats, it's Ed, Bargain Hunter Bud here. You guys may remember a while back I did a video where I tried to come up with several different shoe rotations for the price of one Alphafly. I think I did about 3 different rotations, all for the price of one pair of shoes. So 3 shoes in 3 rotations. It was quite hard work, but quite amazing what you can actually buy for the same price as one pair. With the recent release of the Nike Vaporfly Next %2 Ekiden edition, I decided that I'd have a go at the inflated price for the Next %2 of 235 Earth credits. Can I come up with 3 different shoe rotations for a 10k, half marathon and marathon training for the price of one pair of shoes? Is it possible? Let's dive in and see what I found. Thanks for joining me back here on the channel, guys. It's always appreciated. We're rapidly getting towards 25,000 subscribers, and I have only you to thank. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and also click the bell below for notifications of when I fire out the new videos for you. And it helps out the channel a huge amount if you give this video a thumbs up like, but also share the video with your running buddies. Mucho gracias. So I'm going to have 3 rotations today, each featuring 3 shoes, all roughly coming in under £235. That's sterling Earth credits. We'll start with the 10k first. So I think I'd stick with something I know here for the daily shoe, the one to munch up the miles, absorb the hard-earned effort. I think I'd go with the Nike Air Zoom Vomero 16. These have been heavily discounted recently, and I think it's a really good starting point. You could probably use this one as well for the long run if you wanted to. I think if you're doing 10k training in mind of doing a 10k race in the future, the Vomero 16 just ticks a lot of boxes for you. It's not overly heavy, but very cushioned, very plush feeling shoe. These are up on Nike's website at the moment for 68 Earth credits in select sizes. You could use this for some daily miles, you could use it for some recovery runs, but I think it's got enough in the tank to go on that longer run too. Not that you'd need an incredibly long run if you were training for a 10k. Second shoe for those faster days or perhaps interval sessions would be the Puma Liberate Nitro. These come in at some crazy prices at the moment. I did find a pair on ASOS here in the UK for £45. You can probably find some deal as well, code or something to get it even lower. Light, grippy and nimble shoe. Even if you can't find one at 45, they're often about 50 or 60, so pretty decent. I think doing the 10k, it's very important to have some sort of dedicated speed shoe that you can utilise on some of your faster days. And I think at a very meagre price here, it gives a lot of value for not an awful lot of cash. So this leaves us about 117 Earth credits to get ourselves our 10k race shoe. This one doubles up as well, something you could use if you wanted to during training. I think it's durable enough. The Takumi Sen 7. Everybody's been going crackers about the 8 recently, but I think the 7 is a bit of an overlooked gem. Now, sportshoes.com have got this shoe at only 69 Earth credits right now, so we're coming in way under our £235 maximum ceiling. There's a few other colourways up there for 84, so we're round about right. I think this gives you a super light and very, very grippy shoe. It's a very responsive 10k shoe, this one. I'm not sure I'd want to go further than 10k in the Takumi Sen 7, mainly due to the midsole setup. It is firm. It's not going to be for everybody, but if you want more emphasis on feel and grip rather than gallons of cushion, I think this is the right one. After all, these rotations are made with me in mind, you know, my personal opinions. Let me know what yours would be down in the comments. A biting outsole and a race fit, and I think discounted from 140 down to 84 or lower, it still comes in way under our £235 maximum ceiling. So I think with that extra cash you could treat yourself to a nice airy race vest or perhaps a premium pair of socks. So that's my 3 shoes for the 10k rotation: the Vomero 16, the Puma Liberate Nitro and the Takumi Sen 7. Okay, let's move on to the half marathon now. Now, half marathon rotations are a little bit different. We need some shoes that have got a little bit more durability to them. We'll be covering a far greater range of paces and efforts here for half marathon training. So a good place to start here, thinking about the long run, thinking about those easy days, perhaps recovery sessions, I'd go for the Puma Magnify Nitro. Bit of a max cushion shoe, this one, with a dual layer of Puma's more cushion and springy nitro foam, with a more resilient EVA section. I think ideal for the long, slow run that you're going to be doing at some point. You have to build those up for half marathon up to about 15 miles, something like that. I think it's also got the plushness and the cushion though for recovery days too. We'll have to spam out 77 Earth credits though on this one, directly from Puma's own website. Half marathon training's not all about those long slow runs, so we need something for those speedier sessions also. In this case, I'd pick out my favourite Adidas Adizero Adios 6. These are commonly on sale for as little as 66 Earth credits here in the UK. Various different websites. I mean, it's difficult to miss. Might be a slightly more weighty shoe, but I feel the great cushion that you've got underfoot from the dual layer foams and that outstanding outsole grip makes this a perfect choice. Sportshoes.com have those at 66 Earth credits right now. I think that's an insane price for one of the best shoes of 2021. A quality item for a real steal. Adios 6 is so versatile as well. If you wanted to perhaps do a slightly faster daily type session, I think it's got the midsole and the fit and feel for that. Just does loads of different things very well. So with those two shoes in the can, I think that leaves us with about 143 Earth credits. So with those two shoes in the can, I think we've got about 92 Earth credits left. It's certainly harder doing this rather than the Alphafly one that I did before. That extra sort of 30-40 pounds makes all the difference. I've had to really scrimp and save on these 3 shoe rotations for you today. This may put the cat amongst the pigeons a little bit, so I've got 92 Earth credits left. I'm going to go for the Rebel 2 from New Balance. Pro Direct Running and Sportshoes.com provide the answer here at 92 Earth credits for that Fuelcell Rebel 2. A very simple shoe, this one, with a slab of Fuelcell material underfoot. Very bouncy and exciting ride. A few people have said that this shoe feels a bit odd when walking around in it. Who does that in this type of shoe? I don't think you're going to buy it to walk around in, certainly. It's not like a Jordan 4 or something you probably buy just to look good in and walk around in. That's not what we're looking at here. Performance only. Great lockdown and just over 90 Earth credits there. It fits in perfectly with the amount we have left. I went up to 13.1 miles in this shoe and it felt really good actually. It was only perhaps towards the end where I wished that there was some sort of rigidity element within the midsole, but I think for most people it will provide ample cushion to get you through a half marathon. Also a big boon on this one is this no heel tab. You know how I really like those, right? That gives us a total cost for our half marathon rotation at 233 Earth credits. So we're a whole £2 under. I'm really proud of myself for that. Perhaps you could buy yourself a couple of Freddos or something, or maybe a nice cup of coffee to reward yourself on saving yourself loads of cash. So we've got the Magnify Nitro there from Puma, the Adios 6 and the Rebel 2. We're going the full Snickers now.
It's marathon time.
Slightly different requirements here, and it's going to be tougher again, I think, to try and fulfill all of those for this price. So straight away I'm going to put the cat amongst the pigeons and opt for the Nike Zoom X Invincible Run Flyknit. A few places have got these at just under £100, and I feel they can fit the bill as a daily trainer, but also for that long run, which is going to be absolutely vital for your success over the marathon distance. In October last year I was getting to that point where I was going to start building up those long runs before I got injured, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing those longer runs again on the Sunday, all alone listening to my headphones. I think you could also use the Invincible Run as a bit of a recovery shoe as well. It's got the squash and cushion there, but I don't think it's that heavy that you can't do some faster work in it too. Though that has eaten up over a third of our budget here, so I need to be very careful. I don't think anything else though on the market really supplies that level of squash and cushion that the Invincible Run does, especially for that price. I think it covers lots of bases and ticks lots of checkboxes. And to think that people thought I was a bit unfair on that shoe in my previous videos. Sadly though, this leaves us with a paltry 136 Earth credits to try and get 2 shoes with. Now I could cheat and say we'll just get 1, and that will cover both speed sessions and your marathon racing. And we could look at something like the Endorphin Speed or Pro. Those Saucony shoes are fantastic over that distance. We know they work. We know lots of viewers out there really enjoy the speed, in fact, for the marathon. Those can be picked up for around about 130 Earth credits, so come in just under our ceiling there. I think they're durable enough as well to last for 2 sets of shoes, perhaps. I've never had any major durability problems with them. Either model, actually. So could you cover all bases there with the Invincible Run and then one of the Endorphin Pro or Speed. Feel as if I'm cheating a bit here, so I'm going to give you my 3 shoe selection now. I'd have to dispense with the Invincible at 100, it's just too much. So I'll go with, for daily runs, for recovery runs, just general do-it-all type stuff, the Reebok Energy 3. That Floatride midsole is reasonable enough for the recovery efforts and an overall do-it type use case, and at 52 Earth credits it's not biting too much into our budget. I'm not entirely sure I'd want to use it for those longer marathon runs, but I've got something else for that. For the speed sessions, or at least something a little bit more sprightly, I go for the Liberate Nitro from Puma. Once again, these cost about 45 Earth credits on loads of different websites right now. A little lighter, a little less present on foot. I think at this price, it's probably one of the only things we can fit into the rotation to give us a shoe for those speed sessions or faster interval type work, and still leave enough to get something meaningful as the race shoe. So that leaves us with 138 Earth credits to get some sort of marathon race shoe. Now, I'm a non-elite runner. I'm not racing in championships and all this sort of stuff. It's just not happening. As such, I can pick pretty much whatever shoe I want to. I can wear it and I can enjoy it, and I don't really care about all this ridiculous discussion about rules and things like that. They're just never going to apply to me. In this case, I'd pick up for 126 Earth credits from sportshoes.com the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent. These seem to have the distance chops for people that have utilised them, a ridiculously propulsive shoe, and one I found to be really comfortable on foot mile after mile. Now, I did have a few concerns about the durability of these, not so much in the outsole, but with the setup of those AirPods. Quite a few people had them burst. But then again, a lot of people had them burst on the Alphafly as well, and that hasn't stopped people from buying those. Absolutely insane outsole grip here. I really love the shoe for that, and it's one that I felt I needed to run quite quickly in. Whether that means that it discounts it from me utilising these on a longer, slower run, I don't know. Perhaps you could use the Energy 3 for those longer training runs, or switch out the Energy 3 for perhaps the Magnify Nitro if you could pick that up for cheaper. But certainly I think the Zoom X and React combination in the Tempo Next Percent could save the legs a little bit. Certainly an odd 3 shoe selection here, but I'm kind of an odd guy. I hope it makes sense. It does in my mind anyway. You've got something there for daily effort, something for a faster tempo, and then a race shoe that's still quite a premium shoe. Let's not forget that the Tempo Next Percent retailed at £180 here in the UK. So that still leaves us with about £12 to spare, still within the price of one pair of Vaporfly Next Percent 2 Ekiden editions. Don't get me wrong, I think that Nike shoe is a beautiful shoe. Everybody loves the Next Percent that tries it. Well, pretty much everybody. But let's not forget that not all Next Percents are the same, are they? I mean, this Gakuso one is considerably heavier, and I knew all about it yesterday when I got caught in a bit of a storm. I'm not sure that the paint on the midsole does it any favours either. It does seem to make the shoe quite a bit firmer to me anyway. Let me know what your three shoe rotations for the 10K, half marathon and marathon would be down in the comments. Get your calculators out, a musical interlude for you. With the wet weather setting in here in the UK and winter finally arriving, I tend to utilise my headphones more when I'm wandering about trying to stay out of the wind, and less when I'm actually out there running. As such, I kind of change up some of the music I listen to. One such album that I've pulled out from the archive that I hadn't listened to in some time is from Elliott Smith. Either Or, which was released in 1997, is probably one of my favourite albums of all time. The whole album itself is drenched in this wonderful atmosphere. There's some fantastic guitar playing here. It doesn't sound like they had loads and loads of technology available, loads of tracks that they could record. They simply just utilised really good songwriting and production values to get the idea of the song across. Highlights on the album, for me at least, are Pictures of Me, with a sort of stomping vibe to it. Wonderful electric guitar work. Between the Bars is so beautiful, so subtle. Very few elements to that one, but it just really works. Say Yes, which is the final track on the album, is a number of Elliott Smith fans' best tune. I think it's his best work ever across all of his albums. Alameda, which is the second track on the album, is probably my favourite here though. There's just really nothing like this track The way Elliott Smith sings, the way he doubles up his vocals, pared down production there. You can really hear the melody, you can hear the tune, the intended feeling. It's not just diluted down like you get with a lot of production these days. A wonderful album, guys. Go and check this one out if you've never heard Elliott Smith before. You're in for a treat. Either Or, released in 1997 by Elliott Smith. Thanks for sticking with me to the end of today's video, guys. It is always appreciated. If you haven't done so yet, please comment below with your three shoe rotations for the 10k, half marathon and marathon distance. Remember, they've got to come in under 235 Earth credits. I'm not sure what that is in dollars, but you catch my drift. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, but also click the bell below for notifications when we launch those new videos for you. And it really does help the channel out if you give this video a thumbs up, like, but also share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you